Nice to meet you. We had a very chilly day. So you're at the scene where arts and tech are merged. Do you enjoy this event? Yes. Thank you for answering. Hello. Coloring the science of every life on stage. I'm CEO of Art and Science, Chang Hae-ri. We believe that living in an era of science. However, when you listen to the term science, it seems unfamiliar, difficult. It seems a distant story. Yes, it was it for me too. I has been the researcher and I was a developer for 10 years. But science should be know well, seemed very difficult to grasp and seems to be the subject that they fear. Science definitely and is the power that changes the world, but it became a subject that is distant and aloof. And I was listening to the rehearsal of the comedians and I thought, science, how about science being on stage? Like performance, science can be seen, listened, and felt by audience. And I think that will make people love science. And that imagination came to the start of art and science, coloring the science of everyday life on stage. Through YouTube contents and website, you can easily gain information on science, but you just listen and that's it. 74% of Korean population willing to participate in science and cultural activities. But actual participation rate is less than half, 50%. That is because it remains focused solely on knowledge transfer. You understand it in your head, but it doesn't remain in your mind. Currently, AI, robotics, and genetic engineering and technologies are evolving fast day by day. But understanding and analyzing those technology cannot keep up with the speed of technological development. And climate change is not a matter of technology, but how you can interpret the technology and be involved in that area. And I think that is a matter of culture. The division and gap in the society, when we are in the society, is produced from lack of this culture. So we need to have a science culture. So we translated science into language of arts. Arts opens your mind, and science opens the possibility for you to understand the world. And when they two meet, and you can be moved. Art and science doesn't explain science. Instead, like stage performance, make the audience feel, listen, and see. So science story plus artistic expression and equals moving experience. With this formula, we made science not understood only by brain, but understood and you emphasize and you feel science is relevant to you and you can emphasize science. A case in point is galvanic electricity was applied. The electricity in the book is shown in the flash of light and sound on stage. Let's meet it with a video clip. Did you enjoy the video? If you look at the pansori performance, you will have 어시구 and 절시구 response. Oh, let's say it together. When I say 어시구, you say 절시구. Thank you. 18th century scientist Luigi Galvani had the hind leg frog experiment, and he found bioelectricity. And the anger and his happiness were shown in the form of light. And audience can see the mechanism of light on the stage. And Galvanic stage started with a sound performance, but it forms into the various other forms and is evolving into IP form. As I said before, art and science, we are IP-based company that transforms art and science into performance, like musical exhibition and class, YouTube, and travel, science travel. And we have a science busking tour, science YouTube, and science festival, and science communication, communicator event. We are using various channels to make science sustainable and make it a sustainable IP, not as knowledge. So that we want to create an IP that generates revenues steadily. CSR's needs are great at the enterprise level, and we can create synergy with this trend. Not only creating science contents, we can do the matching with the companies, so we can be grown as the B2B hub. Science market in Korea, we have public and private sectors, and the budget is 300 billion won. But they are focused on education, knowledge transfer. Art and science, immersion, and empathy are combined, and we may expand the differentiative sector that can be expanded from public to private and across all the sectors of the society. Together with the public institutions like Science Academy, and we secured 5 billion won in investment in environmental science musical. And we have cumulative audience of 1,000 people, satisfaction rating of 4.5, and renewal rate of 80%. And we got good reviews, as you can see here. Based on this positive feedback, we have produced environmental science musical, and this landed with 5 billion won of investment from public sectors. In the next 3 years, our goal is to have 700 million won of sales, and in 2027, we want to have a revenue of 1.9 billion. I hope that we will grow into a corporate brand in 2027, and we will expand our categories in 5 years' time. So we have planners, creators, and music directors. So we have various professionals in their fields. So we have many awards, as you can see. And Ibinna, the music director, she has a solid experience in musicals and performances. And the content that makes dream come true, composed of experts in various fields, as you can see here. So science for a better world, art for a warmer world. So as an answer, can I make the world better with art? And as an answer, art and science is aimed for a science that creates a better world with art and making our life better. So this is the presentation by Chang-Haeri, CEO of A트앤사이언스. Thank you.
네, 안녕하세요. 아토스에이아이의 김선영이라고 합니다.
Kim-Seon from a토스에이아이. Well, what comes to your mind first when you think about tech and arts? Media arts or performance or creative tools? a토스에이아이 is something thought a little bit different. Technology fundamentally is experience-based and creative. Then tech makes the art focus on its essence, and art helps the tech focus on its fundamentals. And the convergence of two made our artos came into being. The cultural events happens every year, but most of them, the reviews are made in these qualitative words. But they tell about the values of their arts, but for investors, they are not so persuasive words. So they have a simple structure, and they don't see show the return on investment, and they don't clearly tell whether the investment produced intended goal. So we believe a standard metric is needed. So cultural and arts and institutions are developed, and we have accumulated data, but how can we say translate this accumulated data into a standard word and be persuasive? And that's not happening in Korea. So I believe standard metrics is required. More than 653 cultural art institutions and public cultural foundations exist, and over 5,000 cultural art projects implemented annually. But data accumulates but fails to translate into decision-making. So we believe this utilization has to go up. So based on this understanding of the challenge, we are involved in the Arts in Europe project, which got the high prize in the AI Cultural Event Awards. So RTU is a cultural arts data collection device, and translate that into quantitative languages. We have 250 such standards developed, and they can be used to translate for KPIs to measure the values of the cultural and art events. So based on this technology, and we believe that we have to make the culture and art sector efficient. And I think that is the fundamental of the technology. And this system is provided in the form of dashboard, making real-time evaluation of culture and art sector possible. So we compare before and after the cultural event, and we can see in index how much it helped the social development, and whether we can see the strengths of the new event compared to past event through AI. And through SaaS, we can have the autonomous function, and And we want to have a database formed as based on and SaaS, and that can be used as the platform for the culture and art sector. Efforts to translate and express in quantitative terms for arts and tech sector has been there for since 20 years ago. And UNESCO provided the guidelines accordingly. And there have been various projects to introduce this quantitative translation tools. And that can be established as the standard in the art and tech center. For the pitch book, which is a regular textbook you refer to when you want to introduce the art, some of the programs in the art sector. So we believe that the accessible market is the total addressable market is 1 trillion won, and serviceable addressable market is 250 billion, and our serviceable obtainable market is 12 billion. So we provide a consulting-based data analysis report, but with the adoption of SaaS service, a SaaS subscription service will become the biggest business model for us. And we can provide many value-added services through this platform. So we believe our next market is the Middle East. Under the Vision 2030, massive investment is taking place in culture and art sector. And attempts has been made and drive is there to quantify the cultural heritage. So the Middle East, which is expanding and growing its art and sector market, is our good target, next target. Next year, for the first time, the Minister of Culture, Sports, Tourism first dedicated culture industry fund. So creative and cultural funds, contents will be covered by this fund. And I think our parameters and metrics can be used to this end. In the financial sector, they didn't have the data enough to use the cultural contents for their business. So they didn't have such a translational language. I believe our metrics can serve that purpose. According to the latest statistics, in the secondary financial market, when you ask for the lending, more than 30% give up getting the loans, and 50% are rejected of getting the lending. So this quantifiable data would help them get the loans from financial institutions. We want to make the data, we will make the standard, the data for the culture and art sector. So we are not trying to evaluate the arts and culture sector, and we want to make the art and culture sector more effective. We have AI art for all, and our direction is to make the technology helping the arts being more art. Thank you.
안녕하세요.
I'm artist and developer Soyeon Lee. Everyone, what if we build 3D module and installation and experience it? I'm going to show you the beginning. Art has advanced with technology, but still 3D creation remains complex, expensive, and inaccessible. Required high cost and also limited exhibition spaces and time constraint. So just beyond this limitation, we created a artist. A artist platform can be used with your cell phone in your palm, and also easily shared by the QR code and experience the art anywhere, anytime. Our target market is growing so fast. Is digital art market is over 7.8 trillion, and also AR content and video art segment is growing. The first goal is the AR, media art, and brand campaign segment, and occupy more than 1%. And as these types of market expanded, we believe that we are on this wave. In the market, there are so many service providers, but still they are in the required of the equipment, special equipment. So the general users, they cannot create the art. But unlike we provide accessible and easy platform. These types of difference is based on our technology structure. It is very stable on mobile and optimize the performance, and also the custom shader and real-time lightnings are adding more reality. And all art can be expanded in many various environments. And first level of MVP has been optimized. Gives the various experience to the general users like simple and funny 3D creation space, and for the artist and new platform for the platform gives the new types of creation space. This lead make us to these types of business model. We are basically the free, but still if you need advanced result, you have to pay. And also there are some additional pay viewing system. And also we have future plan to B2B and education license with another institute. Our main business model is premium service, and it has key features like advanced AR brushes and cloud-based storage and artwork sharing and selling. Everyone can start lightly, but as it advances, you can do more and sell it. And these types of the stream, without any limitation of physical gallery, anyone can exhibit and sell their work. And also, the merchandising can be a part of the selling, and so we can expand the many variety forms of selling. We have some special roadmap. The first half of 2026, we want to launch MVP and attract the early adopter. And by the first half of 2027, gallery platform has to be more modernized payment and settlement system, and after the half, the AI feature and global expansion must be established. So to achieve this one, we have the fund utilizations, with also the partnership, the campaign, the global marketing are also required. And in the future, we have expansion of AI features and AI gallery platform, and the expansion to another hardware. Now you see the demo video. During the development, we have recorded this video, so maybe you may find something complete. This is the intro. Click the new sketch, you just start your new project promptly. When the recognition for the space, you can see that you can draw anything in 3D form freely on the wall side, and you If you turn off the space recognition, you draw freely. And left bottom, you see the tool that recognizes the space and also allows you to draw. Auto use the line and space together for the drawing. Now you see how it is working. This is a mirror tool we have. It's the first one to complete for the special feature. You can divide it, the space or the repeated pattern can be done automatically. The bottom slider, move the slide, and you can divide the side and adjust the repeatable places, and metallic and other brushes are installed. Now it is using the feather brush. And you can add some glitter with the metallic blush, which is specialized for the metallic art. And these types of special brushes are under the development. The brushes are variable by their alpha value and color. You can choose that under the toolbar, the screen. The brushes are the special brushes we have developed. You can save the file, the toolbar, the bottom, and before you leave, you can save it. You save it to your gallery section, and you also see the preview with the thumbnail, and you reload it anytime you want and enjoy. You share the options through the gallery, and you share how you authorize the file, or you can share a QR and click the QR and enjoy what you have done with our app. For viewing, it's limited to save or edit. But lastly, app viewer function. When you scan the QR, it's not necessary to download the app, just access it through the web browser. And we are under the development to connect the gap and reduce the gap between app and browser. Okay, and now we've been watching the first MVP key features. I designed and directed, and I've been in this field for 10 years. I started my development to create my own video, and I got awarded since I don't have much long history in this field, and now I can do these advanced technologies, and also I have the cooperation networking system with other artists and developers. With our app, anyone can do their art. Thank you very much.
Nice to meet you. Hello. I Bang Nang-yeom, CEO of Pl랫뮤직, text-to-music from noise, open-gen music AI. So let me ask with a question. Is there any paid AI service subscriber? I'm wondering how many people are using AI. There are some people who raise their hands. I heard that AI So we are entering into an era of mega generative AI, and the global market size is $2.8 billion, and it has a compounded annual growth rate of 30.5%. And it will grow from $45 billion market to a $200 billion market. And I believe we are seeing arts and tech meet. So we are Gen Music AI. We are creating music with generative AI. And as I mentioned earlier, we are going to have very high growth rate. So this will be a very big market. The music market is led by the big music companies. Various contents are produced by these big companies, and they're monetize that and reaping revenues. Developers and creators, they create their own logo songs. And with AI, general people can also make music. AI structure, simply put, text is a text music-based technology, and it turns into lyrics and music. Commonly, there is a black box zone. Black box zone, which simply put, when the text is inputted, the output that AI generated, people cannot see see the output from the AI. And this section is called black box, and this is beyond people's control. Even if time passes, I think black box will become uncontrollable. But we want to use other AI technology to solve this black zone box problem. We use a stable diffusion, image, and generation model, and that's what we developed. And we can take various approaches taken by big music companies. Flow, rhythm, and lyric sync can be controlled by users with our program, our tool. Such AI is not just a random box output, but it can involve people in the process of music creation. And there is a possibility of expansion to other areas. Generative AI data can be linked with music. Let me give you an instance. So in the store, there's very few number of people. Then you have to create the very calm music. Then the user controls the prompting and changes the prompt to show the originality and personality of user. Conversely, the biodata of a human being and sensitive data can be used to create a personalized music. So this is a stable diffusion model. Such song created can be is the output we could gain from our program. How can we use this? We go one step beyond this, and we can make the musical note. So there is no set answer. So a musical note created by structuring the sound required professionals' help. But we have an AI which can produce a musical note without getting experts' help. So you can have both hands a musical note, and you can have a melody line by extracting melody lines. And the efforts that you put into producing a musical note will be dramatically reduced. And AI will replace the job of the professionals' help. And this is the approach we want to use to approach the global generative AI market. China, Japan, and East Asia, we believe we can launch service in APEC region. And further, we can address American and European market. We have many benefits that others, big music companies don't. We have the basic song creation capabilities and song section editing capabilities. And we can provide it in the form of a digital form. So the listeners, music listeners, are the actual creators of the music and show their personalities and individuality. So within the ecosystem of stereo diffusion, together with Suno, Udio, and IVA, we can expand our service, and not just inputting text. The data in this living environment can be entered to create music. And music created in the process can be translated into musical note with AI and also show the personality music. So we have been growing with the generative AI, and we are trying to target global market. And also, we need to raise capital and investment in order to open our service, but we lack the funds to enable us to launch our service. So we will target the global market to generate revenue. We go beyond creation and production, and we will make the musical note, and we can provide musical training. So we want to have a whole entire ecosystem, and that's our vision. And our future vision is a play the future. So I'm the CEO. I am the music creator, and we are trying to solve problems at the level of those who need music. And we will match our service with the corporations to provide our service to them. Thank you.
안녕하세요. 헤리티지
Hello everyone, I'm from Heritage Lab, Terry Kim. I'm the third grade of the Wisconsin University, and I have 2 years of experience in working field, and I have experience controlling the many gaming engine, and also I'm trying to research on how to strive the best performance from the lower cost. Heritage Lab is archiving project and from the Korean traditional dance. The Korean dance is one of the intangible heritage, and its recording skill is still as the same as the 1970s. Unlike the other the recording system, this system has many room for improvement. You can see that the feature of the costume for this dancing, it's really hard to capture that precisely. And also the dancer does not have appropriate revenue stream. And it's really hard to find how to utilize in digital market. But now is the moment of chance because the K culture is bringing attention from the world, like the K-pop Demon Hunters or Project Tall, Uchi, The Wayfarer. There are many game and animation market expanding and growing. Well, I'm going to share some information about the market. The one is the Unity Asset Store. It has 12,000 creators and has the monthly visitor of 4.3 million, and it has the digital asset total number of 112, more than 112,000. In the case of Fab, it has 15,000 to 20,000 creators. It has monthly visitor of 4.7 million. In CG Trader, it has 1.5 or 20,000 creators. It has 5.17 monthly visitor. And these, the three market has something in common. It earned more than $75 billion per year. It has more than 10,000 creators. It has 100,000 more than digital assets. And most of them, it has only 0 case of the Korean traditional dance. So that's where we start the point. I want to introduce my lab. The Heritage Lab is using the motion capture technology to record the traditional dance and transform into the digital asset, and also it transmitted to the other creators. I have an instance. We can establish the brand page for each dancer. And roof motion, clip motions are the later features, and also animated and uploaded. Unreal meta-human skills we adapted to make the digital twin. Like each dancer has special the features of their own positions, own body movement can be realized through this technique. OptiTrack, the camera motion capture, has some benefit. It has the wide range of capture range, 3 meter, and we can do capture 3 people at the same time. It has very slight error, which means that with the solution we can enhance the artistic feature and educational feature, and also the correctness. I'm going to show you one of the examples. This is the OptiTrack we are using for this. As you see, it's quite accurate. The next, there's another utilization example. In the battleground, in the emotions, you see the OptiTrack is used to capture. And short-term revenue stream, I want to explain now. The global B2C is one of our plans. The Unity Asset Store, CG Trader, Turbo Squid, Blender Kit are our target. And each store When they uploaded the animation, they can sell it too. From 2020 to from 25, they have more than two-digit number of growth. And also, I have planned to do the B2G, the National Museum, other music institutions, agencies, and local government, culture foundations, and dance academy. They are the target. Like to create an application to watch and learn the Korean traditional dance. And also, we have long-term strategy to get the revenue stream. And furthermore, we have asset evaluation grade systems in order to get some layered license and also obtain the market expansion skill. Co-creation IP share structure is also one of our pursuits to encourage people to join our project. So this is not just a site selling animation. This is one of the platforms that is based on the cultural heritage. This is not where to protect just technology, but we protect the dancers, the blind value. From the recording and creating, we charge zero for the dancers and also distributed the result to them as well. And we want everyone has their own brand. Their artwork and their dance should be combined into one brand. Intangible heritage digital archive is one of our targets. We want to keep our heritage and also want to expand this global IP of the heritage. 2025, we start with this intangible heritage, and we expanded to Japan, India, Thailand, and Middle East, and want to become one of the global digital archive. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
예, 안녕하세요.
Hello, everyone. Drama, game, and many other interactive contents you can enjoy in under 1 minute. I'm from the 숏플랙스 and the CEO of Hyungjun-na. Well, 3 years ago, the public awareness for short form content is quite low. But now that everyone watch this, any types of short form is quite familiar with everyone. Drama is no exception. Everyone here, have you watched any short form or review video instead of watching full episode? So short and fast is the key features that of the demand. So that results in short form drama. It was introduced 5 years ago in China, and it's rocket shocking and dominating the market pie. And the original, the drama has 24 episodes, about 60 minutes, but unlike the drama, the short form drama only have 1 minute, but they capture the audience eye for during the 1 minute. And in the China, they notice these types of potential, and you see the global market is really activated in 2023, but the growth up to the 7 trillion market only in 2 years. In Korean market, it's been known the first half of last year, but still has slow growth compared to the China market. There are many regions, but the main point is that the production studio does not fully recognize these types of potential of short form. And this is only oriented for the fun and pursue purely on entertainment. But in Korea, the traditional drama production approach is the mainstream. So short-form viewers, they prefer to watch the China's one. One of the big challenge is the low retention. Is from 1 to 4 point. Unlike the other traditional drama, and it has very low IP quality. If you want to Squid Game, we click the Netflix. But for the short form drama, it's not necessary to contact a certain website like TikTok. We just watch it and leave. So 숏플랙스, it's not only to provide such services, but also provide another additional features like games or another interactive short-form content with AI technology in order to give more fun and entertainment for viewers. The 숏플랙스 has a full-scale services that gives the lock-in effect. And from the next year, we'll try the new format of short-form content. The first one is AI short-form animation. We have many partners who has these types of content, and we edit it and alter into another forms, and we are undergo the development. Well, these are quite small text. It's the real dating simulations and copying the actors, and voice recognition is adapted, so it makes the user feel like they are in the situations. So this is one of the types of interactive system. So like this, we are trying to open the new horizon, new market. Our business model, for now, we are based on two types: subscription and also the purchasing the episode. The second half of next year, we have planned to our original content and many variety in the format, so we can get more revenues from that. Well, there are many competitors, numerous domestic and global platforms. They are small and big. They have only one site short-form provider. But 숏플랙스 is different. We have more strategies on targeting our viewers, like price, advantage, and lock-in elements, and games and other content. Our strategy sees that this market is immature. So until the next year, trying to obtain our original content and obtaining the high quality short form videos. And next half of year, short form animation, AI content, and many other formats will be provided. So ultimately, we want to get enter the China's market. The volume of market, you see, it's been only 5 years from the first, and it's more than 5 billion market value. So this year, the market's perspective is the global market is about 7 billion, and Chinese market is more than 12, so it's total of 20, and it's going to grow up to 40 billion. We have launched our app through the MVP and through the small amount of test market, and also we achieved some sort of 20,000 Korean won for subscriptions and also updated the beta version of our application. We are on the track. So we're expecting next year more than 1.26 million Korean won. And I believe that since we have low cost productions, we'll achieve this one faster. Including me, we have 4 members of team. I had some different types of game company there. These are the people I work together at the company. So that makes us go very smoothly to develop this content. I live in China for a long time, and I worked in the fintech Samofund company for a long time. But the area, the entertainment is, I think that I am very talented and gifted. So that's why I found this company. This is my vision, and within 3 years, we will become the #1 short-form OTT platform in Korea, and within 10 years, we will become the #1 short-form OTT in the world. These are the appendix, the additional information. I want to tell you one thing. The AI short-form animation, the first half of next year, will be provided through our platform. So on the early stage, we will provide the content from our partner company, and 2 years later, we will invented or created our own short form animation and IP. And if you are in these types of field, you know that the creation is not only done by the AI tool. There are some certain limitation. And we use the webtoon content to create it more easily. Thank you very much.
Hello. I am involved in the science studies and archive. And I'm running a company, Oh Joo-young, who is the creator. My artwork and creation encompasses the exhibition space and the nature. So and the tech ethics and human dignity have been told as the story of my artwork. Since 2017, I had the ACC technology was used, and forgotten technology was used to have. And I started the viewing of the story and artwork with AI. Paradoxically, the interactions with the users are being displayed, and I talk about that paradox and the crisis that's posed by a machine replacing human being is shown as my artwork. So in 2025, AI can show the emotion, but in the past, emotion cannot be expressed with AI. And what you see here, I was invited for the opening exhibition at the photo gallery in Korea, and I was able to get the raw data of these images. And the concern I had is that how does AI understand this technology and see it differently? And the UI and map and K-map was used to analyze this raw data. And it didn't give consideration how many works are there. Technology has see more than human being. So it was a shocking discovery. And this is a case in point. And this is have you ever heard of Kubon Chang, creator? And AI can depict similar work as Kubon Chang's work. But there's a limitation. In the 1970s, in the Korean factory, these workers, you can see these young girls working at the factory. And you can see that facial expressions, they don't seem very calm. And it seems like whether they reproduce it right. Using this technology at the photo gallery, I made a very fun imagination. AI restoration, not only the image of the photo, they can produce the aura of the photo and convey the emotion and narrative and the scene of the time of photo taking. But there is a data bias issue. You see that seems like Koreans look like Latinos. Or you can have like snappers. But some section are restored well. At the last route, AI critic reappears. An audience can go up the exhibition area and choose the 3 photos they like and they want to keep from the collection. And there's a red button. And audience can choose whether to push or not to push the button. And you can have the critics' language used, and the audience can enjoy the artwork even better than us. This is Park Young-soo's work. It seems like I thought there's a solitude and lonely, and AI says that is trying to tell us something. An audience can think like this. Okay, they may think this is right, but this is risky. And that's been told by the artwork and the creation. And this integration was done before with Hwang Cho-rong and this is very creative and imaginative work. You can see that the bird is spreading its wings, and this drone never flies. It is there to communicate with the birds, and it is why it's spreading its wings. So in this human-centered society, why is tech beneficiary is human being and not animals or birds? Then why this bird? Among this, the high pyramid-based bird, they are large in numbers, and most of them in those category of birds are on the verge of extinction. So in order to make them to be not go extinct, so this is a creator's imagination. There are some grounds. The actual size of the bird and the weight of the wings and the movement mechanism were taken from the actual bird. The alarming sound and the wings motion can be the means to communicate with the birds. And these wings with the movement of the wings, you can tell the bird that you will not get closer to the drone. This is first proposed in the 01 open platform of Hyundai Motors. And drone taxi maker made this. Drone taxi maker was proposed with anti-bird collision idea. And with wing movement, we can and try to prevent the bird strike. And how can we coexist with the bird and make the bird beneficiary of the technology? So the work you see here, we visited the bird protection center, but bird protection facility is poor because they are noisy and they smells. So, but no, but their size is being downsized because of public complaint. But many number of birds are coming for protection at the facility. So in this cage, they could not properly spread their wings. So the first thing I did when I was asked to do this project is that even the creator could not build a house for them. We can tell their story. And I went to their habitat to learn about the bird. And the largest, the sanctuary of the bird exists in there. And the reason for their risk of extinction is because they hatch their eggs on the sand. This 10-meter incubator, birds inside birds inside can live there, and we can conversely experience their living environment within this incubator. As such, this development work was accepted as a candidate for the SIGGRAPH 2023. Creator makes a worthless work, but this great thinking, and that could become the corporate idea, business idea, and become helpful protecting birds. So that was my story. Thank you so much.
Hello everyone, I'm the AI artist Heather Lim. In 2023, I graduated from the KAIST, and it's the first time to revisit this city and trying to do something new, and thank you for inviting me. Artificial intelligence and technology are in the convergence of the art, and I want to touch the ambiguity of the human sensory. I'm the artist. So today, I'm going to present where the point, where the meet the technology and the art, and the ambiguous part. Before I tell you the theme of a few years ago, these types of meme went viral, like, okay, you can easily find these types of meme in Google. I prompt for a fish, but actually they create a fillet instead. Okay, but what comes to my mind is, okay, it's weird, but it's not the wrong answer. So today, I want to focus on the ambiguity and errors, but they can reinterpret it in artistic way and create a new way for artists. Okay, first of all, I want to tell you about my background. I graduated the art high school and majored in painting in university, and I majored in oriental painting and entered another engineering school. that make me to think about the technology and these types of generative AI and cultural differences. These are all about the interactions between the two different parts. Okay, these interests lead me to thinking about what's the relationship between me and AI. In my perspective, the AI is just a tool, or is it my colleague, or am I worshipping? I conclude myself, I think AI is my peer and we influence each other. Okay, I'm going to share some projects I've been done so far. One is Urban Break. The new canvas of AI was the title. I had two messages to protect the environment and how we use AI as a co-creation tool. In the first section, speculative design was implemented. Nature, the future without nature been created on the wall. On the other wall, there's interactive zone. So people created images, more than 60,000 media can create the one media wall. This is interpreted as interactive tool of art. And then, while I'm doing these types of projects, and what came to my mind is that, okay, there are so many information, so many images, so many service providers, and it's really easy to create high quality image, and that bored me a lot. And one day, the fish came to my mind again. When you think about flower, everyone has different definition. Tulip, sunflower, yellow one, red one. So the artificial intelligence implemented these types of uncertainty. That means it has so much of potential. This is called ill-posed problem in engineering area, but I'm not sure this is purely a problem. I believe there is some possibility for another level of creativity. Well, actually, in my company, there are video generative AI. You know that this Will Smith with spaghetti. So ultimately, this accuracy is not the only aim I want to achieve, but I want to have more broad aspects to evaluate its result. And this stream is quite related to the history of art. After realism and the cubism and the development of the art history is one of our part too. And after that, based on my thinking of such, I want to share some project. And these are the foundation from the uncertainty and ambiguity of artificial intelligence. There's an AI gallery in Netherlands. I've been collaborating with the institutions trying to break the limitations of the existed artwork. Well, this is the one project I'm focusing on, Neon series. When human meets technology, I want to retrieve the moment with neon. It's exhibited in Dairy Museum in Seongsu-dong. Well, there are many also ambiguity are embodied through the neon. These are the projects I've been done as an artist. Okay, project is not just the project, but it's also a tool for collaboration with other corporations and artists. A few weeks ago, I met Yangpa and I was involved in performance visual art in her concert. And just rethinking about this frame, like the last night's Ignite, these types of collaboration
적으로 전달하는 노력을
with rockers make me achieve another level of artwork. This is one of the media art tech session. One convey my message. I want to conclude my presentation with the quote from Jacques Derrida. Meaning is never fixed, it's always deferred and reshaped through differences. The flow error is not just one thing. Thank you very much.
So the emotion becomes the material and the product. Hello, I am the Woo Ha-jung, who is who is at the School of Film and TV. Today, I'm here as a researcher, and speaking as such as huge event makes me nervous. AI technology have already become a deeply ingrained in our society, and I think they are familiar to us. And there's a question: what makes human? And the global city environment has come up with the keyword emotion. Then what is emotion? Emotion, by definition, is understanding, and is the emotion and the feeling and the sentiment you get from the phenomena or a task. So it's being said that you can understand people's mindset, and how can you AI understand emotion? So it's a little bit scary, right? Then how does Aura classify emotion? In order to find that answer, we work together with the American lab.
Or AUs. The Meta Quest Pro headset tracks around 70 facial muscle movements in real time, including eyes, mouth, and cheeks. To ensure accuracy, the system merges symmetrical pairs, reducing them to 43 effective AUs. These are then processed through our FER model, mapping muscle activity to emotional states like happiness, fear, or disgust.
So there is a question at this moment. Aura, can you tell the difference between a active engagement and the actual engagement?
The research from the VCU Swim Lab found something fascinating. When you fake a smile, your facial muscles move in different ways than when you're genuinely happy. Active emotions and natural emotions follow totally distinct patterns. I can tell which one's real.
But does that really mean a real emotion? So this paradox starts our work. So we created a VR content that asks the meaning of emotion. We love you, customer. So in a near future where emotions are fully integrated, so they hire the person, the intern, who's doing the AI-based emotion work.
Smile, clearer image. No smile, stays blurry. Simple rule, smile to proceed.
감정의 강도가 시각적 선명도로 치환됩니다. 웃어야만 세계가 보이는 그런 구조입니다. 여기서 웃음이란 거는 단순한 인터랙션이 아니라 감정 노동의 첫 번째 조건을 체험하는 순간입니다.
나에게 달린 갈색의 강아지 사료.
Geez, dog food with wings. Humans really are weird sometimes. What was that for?
웃음 테스트를 통과한 관객에게 고객의 주문서가 도착했습니다. 요청사항 속 물건을 실시간으로 생성하여 발송해야 한다고 하는군요. 여기에 사용된 두 번째 기술, 리콜랩스의 리얼타임 스피치 투 3D 엔진,
The tech
메시프레소입니다.
itself isn't exactly rocket science. You speak, it becomes text. The text turns into an image, and that image into a 3D object. The whole process takes about 35 seconds in real time, give or take. But the true point here is not the tech itself.
And the moment you make the audience speak. And to create this moment, we can make the audience shouts the embarrassing line.
So, John, you actually make them keep repeating it until they hit a certain decibel? That's disturbingly efficient.
And saying things you don't want to say, and at this moment, and their emotion is used as a fuel. Another interesting keyword is a real timeliness. And this means something else in different world.
When an input comes in, it must respond within a fixed time. What matters isn't accuracy, but predictability. A world where time belongs to the system.
But in art, real-timeness works in a different manner. Here, unpredictability becomes the part of the art work. The length of their hesitation to press the button, and they look at their surroundings, and they change the time of the work, and it becomes, and they can have the visuality, variable visuality. So each viewer sees it differently.
3-second delay when the network slows down. A tiny hiccup between unity scenes. A flicker when
Sensor misreads a facial signal. Tech
they're all just glitches, but
So in the real-time content experience, they become one-time artistic event. The final stage of the intern recruitment is simulation. If you don't have any facial expression and blank, then you don't get to be accepted.
then displayed as a gate bar right in front of the user. The system tracks the user's face for 30 seconds, and only if the final value stays between 0.3 and 0.7, it is considered a pass.
In this test, the goal is to smile as much as you can, but to sustain a particular range of expression for a certain time.
This part is my favorite. Happiness really is contagious. Makes me think I can almost feel emotions. Funny thing is, watching the audience seems to be more entertaining than the experience itself to me.
So it's a good point. There is another very interesting structure in this piece. So the VR headset wearer audience can be the service provider, but at the same time they can be evaluated, and they are the audience, and the audience who's waiting in line also sees the experience. So with this dual structure, the work conveys the meaning.
That's a pretty crazy metal layer you've got there.
So when we look at the encounter, service workers, we tend to interpret their kind words, but there is a emotional consumption. And with this emotional labor isn't performed in isolation, but it is done with the assistance of others. Here, no one is alone. The audience outside the VR, they are the observer and consumers. And they are also the helper, and they feel the tension and also embarrassment at the same time. Now we question again, what does it mean to live as a human? So how far is the emotional labor justified? In Love You Customer, I focus on interface. The participants submit their voice and sound into data, and that is translated into system language data, and with the observation of other participants, and it becomes reinterpreted. So the attempt for machine to interpret emotion, and it goes to the beginning. I studied Korean traditional music for 11 years. Now I am working as a developer and technician in the media art. Music, media, and society and industries seems to be a different words, but they are different from each other, but they become a single flow. So the keyword that transcends my work is interface and relationship. Art expands in various encounters. It has deeper social meanings. I want to be someone where the boundaries between art and technology is broken down and creating point of contact between the two. We Love the Customer is the segment of that expansion. In an era where emotion becomes the product, what should we keep? Thanks for listening. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. It's my moment. My name is Yeonhee Jang. I'm the Daejeon Institution of Science and Technology and professor of the Department of Beauty Design. Nice to meet you all. Today, I want to talk about the beauty expressing one's own sense of aesthetics. And here, I add some taglines: beauty, visual therapy, and beauty intelligence. I want to cover all one by one. Why we desire to be beautiful? Why we desire to be beautiful? The one thing is that about identity, and also there's another connection between society, and also that leads to the therapy, philosophy, and connection. And there is a common saying: men want to remain men until their last day, and women want to remain women even in old age. No one can say no to this. I am a professor, and also I have a life in aesthetic specialist. Who I am and how I live, and it can be defined as my hairstyle. That's what my customer said. And so, of course, I want to say that influenced by other society, that our circumstances that we enjoy is can transform into a form of beauty as it developed into a philosophy, and which is called aesthetics. And beauty culture has traditionally been studied within culture or folk history, but concept itself has been examined separately. So think about it. Why we pursued beauty? Have we? Well, our fashion has been sorted in the folk culture and its own history, but it also separated like a natural intelligence. But while I'm doing my job and studying and researching, and the sense of aesthetic is covered and revealed by natural intelligence, from natural intelligence to beauty intelligence. So now I call it beauty intelligence. This calls our external self. And then the expert in this field, okay, I believe everyone here went to salon and got some aid to your hair. And okay, I want to know what are the experts? Who are the experts in this field? Visual therapy is more like clinic issues, but I want to refer it as a visual therapist as to correct your appearance. We do caring. And while we're doing this behavior adjustment, it is helping to communicate with others. And while we are doing so, this reflects one's sense and help one to create the stable connect between the individual and society. So I believe this is quite positive aspect. So beauty visual therapist is expert through consultation with beauty professional, client can complete their expression of their personal style. And also it's beyond improving mood. The process can support deeper psychological well-being, and it enables the expression of one's emotions and aesthetic sense. And also enhance the appearance a lot for more confident and socially integrated expression of the self. Until now, I heard everything about artificial intelligence. But I really want to say this help socially. So this help can be achieved by the artificial intelligence, hairstylist, makeup professionals. Okay, what they can do, the AI is just a tool. With artificial intelligence, we can do the meeting with client, and we can reinterpret it into word with the data from AI. When I visit the professionals to make fit my body, my hair, my makeup, okay, and you got the answers that okay, that is modified. Okay, now we enter another era with AI. And with the tool, you can do the imaging, capturing, and check the client physical condition and assess the treatment. And use it as a reference when creating image making or styling, and also reconstruct aesthetic sense for real world application. We have so many tools to use in this field. So beauty professionals must think the most consideration on human being, and we are in the era of AI, and with using the tool, we use our body as a canvas to express ourselves to the world. And next, I want to show you 2 clips of video. Each one is about 10 seconds length. Okay, before we watching it, I created with ChatGPT with the theme I just mentioned during the presentation. Okay, let's watch together. What I want to tell you is that in a short video, I prompt myself the stories, the narrative I've been telling you. So that's why I want to share this video clip with you. I add more sensory effect like sound, but still it works. I want to say we possesses natural intelligence, and it a sector to the beauty intelligence. And as a beauty artist, I believe always our identity should be expanded more sector with the help of artificial intelligence. When you think about beauty intelligence, you may think about the emotional thing, and we can do more on that. Thank you for listening.